In 2025, scientists collected fluid samples from women undergoing fertility treatment and from men's semen. When they ran those samples through advanced imaging, they found something that shouldn't be there: plastic. Not trace contamination, actual fragments of polymer. The same materials in your food containers, your clothes, your non-stick pans, sitting inside the fluid that surrounds a developing egg, and inside semen itself. So first, what exactly are microplastics? They're tiny plastic fragments smaller than 5 millimeters. Some are so small they're invisible to the naked eye, called nanoplastics. They come from breaking down plastic bottles, bags, clothing, tires, packaging, you name it. Think of it like glitter from hell. Once it gets loose, it spreads everywhere. Oceans, soil, air, rain, and yes, our bodies. Right now, we are ingesting tens of thousands of these particles every month. And these particles have already been found in human blood, breast milk, placentas, and organs like the brain, heart, and liver. And now, directly in the reproductive system. On the female side, researchers looked at follicular fluid. That's the fluid that surrounds and nourishes an egg inside the ovarian follicle. From 25 women, they found microplastics in 69% of follicular fluid. One of the more striking correlations. In some human follicular fluid studies, higher concentrations of plastic particles have been associated with elevated FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone, which can be a marker of ovarian stress, and with lower fertilization rates in IVF cycles. In men, microplastics showed up in 55% of seminal fluid. Basically, semen from 18 men, all going through IVF. They found 9 different types of microplastics there. The most common was PTFE. That's the chemical family behind Teflon, the non-stick coating on cookware. Others included polystyrene, polyethylene terephthalate, that's PET, the stuff water bottles are made from, polyamide, polypropylene, and polyurethane. A 2024 study found microplastics in every single human testicle sample tested. Researchers compared human and dog testicular tissue and found humans had roughly 3 times the particle concentration. Another 2024 study tested semen and urine from 113 men and found 8 different plastic types present directly in sperm samples. One of those, again, PTFE, was associated with reduced sperm quality. Microplastics detected in nearly 100% of testicular tissue in some research. Microplastics also found in placental tissue and amniotic fluid. This means there's a plausible pathway for exposure to cross from a pregnant woman to a developing fetus, though what that exposure actually does during development is still being studied. So these particles aren't just in the environment around us. They're inside the parts of our bodies most directly involved in creating the next generation. In lab animals, microplastics have been linked to lower sperm count and poorer sperm quality in males, damage to the barrier that protects developing sperm, ovarian dysfunction, fewer healthy follicles, and hormone disruptions in females, increased inflammation and oxidative stress in reproductive organs. In humans, we're still connecting the dots. Some studies show correlations between higher microplastic levels and reduced sperm parameters. Fertility rates have been declining in many countries for decades. Could everyday plastics be one piece of this bigger puzzle? How do they get inside us? There are 3 main ways. 1. What we eat and drink. Bottled water often has high levels. Heating food in plastic containers, even worse. Seafood, salt, and even tea bags can release microplastics. 2. What we breathe. Tiny fibers from synthetic clothes, car tires, and indoor dust. And 3. What we wear and use. Washing synthetic clothes releases millions of plastic fibers per load. Once they're in your bloodstream, they can cross biological barriers and end up in sensitive places like the testes and ovaries. Once microplastics get inside the body, what happens to them depends on particle size and where they end up. Microplastics that get absorbed into tissue aren't broken down by the body. There's no known enzyme that degrades plastic polymers. Larger particles mostly pass through and get excreted within days. Smaller ones, nanoplastics, can cross into blood, organs, and tissues, where immune cells try to engulf them, or they settle into fatty tissue. Whether they're ever fully cleared from there isn't known yet. Most researchers think ongoing exposure matters more than one-time accumulation. Actionable tips. Take control. Let's turn knowledge into power. You can't avoid plastics completely in 2026, but you can dramatically reduce your exposure with these swaps. Ditch plastic bottles. Switch to glass or stainless steel. Filter your tap water if possible. Never heat plastic. No microwaving in plastic containers. Use glass or ceramic. Choose natural fibers. Cotton, wool, linen instead of polyester for clothes and bedding. Use a microfiber catching laundry bag or filter. Cut ultra-processed foods. More fresh food, less packaging. Kitchen upgrades. Glass food storage. Wooden or stainless utensils. Cast iron or stainless pans instead of non-stick. Air quality. Good ventilation and HEPA air filters help reduce airborne particles. Small, consistent changes beat trying to be perfect. Every swap lowers the load on your body. We live in a plastic world, but we don't have to let it define our health or the health of the next generation. Science is shining a light on this issue, and that gives us the power to act.